Good evening, everybody. Welcome on in. Sorry for the slightly slow start there. I was basically causing trouble over here. Charles, thanks for redeeming Put on the Hat. I'm out of focus. I'm out of focus in more ways than one. Okay. So, hi. How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. For those of you that weren't here yesterday, we kind of randomly ended up on iPhone development for funsies. Which, good, Charles, good. I'll explain more here in a second. Which I ended up having a lot of fun with. That was some of the most fun development playing around with that I had, that I've done in a while. Like it's been a while. So much so that when I went to bed last night, I was excited for like getting to continue playing around with this stuff again tonight. And then I woke up and I was still excited about it. And so I started Googling some things that I wanted to have like a goal for tonight, if that makes sense. Like we're not going to be like making a game right away or anything like that, but I started putting it back into the context of things I've wanted to do in the past that I haven't done yet. And there's one big one that I'm hoping I have two goals for tonight. The first goal is to take the Hello World application that we built last night and get it to run on my phone. That's the first goal. If we succeed at that goal, then the second goal involves, and I'm just going to move some windows around here real quick, involves this. A practical guide to debugging BLE communication on iOS. And the thing that has me most interested in getting this all working is if I scroll down here a little bit, this. Capturing BLE security keys. And if we can capture the BLE security key, it's game over for the Disney Madness stuff. So, we might be able to do all sorts of more fun things that we haven't been able to do yet with the Magic Bands, and that would be awesome. So, but this has to be part 2 because I gotta get the iPhone working first. And before we go down that road, yeah, it's a lot easier than a man-in-the-middle attack, that's for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Especially since the Magic Band already connects to the iPhone. So, yeah, this should be so much easier and so much cooler. And I'm really glad I was Googling this morning because I didn't actually start on this article. Like, I've got like 3 or 4 other articles that I will look at too for receiving the beacons. Because the other thing I was thinking is I don't need to bring a cheap little ESP32 SD card recorder. I can just record it to my phone and have it record the audio at the same time. So everything's synchronized. Things that I could do with the ESPs, but reliability is always a thing. So yeah, all of these things are, I don't know, on the radar, that kind of thing. But before we jump down into the Bluetooth deep end, because that's exactly, I don't know why I get so excited about Bluetooth. It really makes no sense. It's like maybe in another life I was a Bluetooth developer, but Bluetooth was invented in my lifetime, so that can't be it. So last night when we left off, we had Hello World, we had a pop-up here, but we didn't have the web browser right here. We now have the web browser right here, which that was, it turned out to be really, really straightforward. And maybe I just wasn't thinking straight, but basically you have to make what's called an outlet here. You connect the view to the outlet, and then all the other code I had for displaying stuff on the screen from a web browser was exactly the same. I just had to change how the variable mapped to something on the screen. So if you're curious as to how I did what I did, there's the source code, and I dragged this one little box into the view, and this is a WebKit view right here. That's just sitting there. And then I dragged it from, let's see if I remember how I did it. I right-clicked right here, and then I had to drag this right here to right here. That's why it highlights blue when I mouse over it. And that was the outlet that I created. So, okay. So what did I say? I wanted to get this running on the actual iPhone. For that, we need a cable. I brought a cable. We also need to plug in said cable. I feel like I'm gonna fry this thing. My little port hub thingy. Okay, the iPhone has been plugged in. Or has it? It's given no indication that it's been plugged in. Now it's saying charged. But no reaction from the computer. Okay, well, we'll worry about that in a moment. So how was everybody else's day? My day was good too, Charles. I had my inbox all the way down to 1 today, that's the first time since 2022 that it was down to 1. It's not at 1 right now, it's at like 8 again, but that's just because I have some emails I gotta answer. So this is where I don't entirely know what I need to do. Because pairing is in progress. Respond to the trust dialog if present. Here, we're going to close the simulator for a moment. Where is there a trust dialog? Oh, I found a trust dialog. I trust this computer. I trust this computer. There's my face. How it got my face with this microphone in front of it, I have no idea. Okay, let's try this again. So we go up here. Because it's unpaired. Is it just like a bad cable here? What's going on? Gotta Nintendo this thing. Oh, it saw it that time. So we've changed the build target there, so if we hit play, what happens? I don't think this is going to work. I have a feeling I need to do more. But if it works, yay. Co-design wants to access key Apple Justin in your keychain. To allow this, enter the login keychain password. We're gonna go to this screen because I have no idea what the login keychain password is. Enter the login keychain password. Apps that use passwords require permissions. Deny, allow once, always allow. I mean, isn't this where I normally just tap my fingerprint? Oh, it worked that time. Waiting to reconnect. Let's go back to, not that screen, this screen. To use this for development, enable development mode. So settings, privacy and security. Oops, wrong button. And then I'm looking for something called developer mode. Developer mode, I found it. Turning it on. When developer mode is turned on, your device security will be reduced. Okay, restart your device to turn on developer. Restarting. I guess we have to wait for the phone to reboot. So what else should we try to do tonight? Assuming we get this to work and the Bluetooth just magically works. Do you guys try doing any sort of phone development? Has anybody done Droid development? And then my next question would be, how similar is the Droid development to the stuff we've done so far? Ready to enable development mode. Swipe up. Enable. Type in a magic password. Okay. Connecting. Xcode will continue when the operation completes. Preparing my phone. 7-stream streak for Rainbow. Awesome. Rainbow, are you still enjoying this? Or has it gotten to the point where it's now boring? Software development stuff. Copying shared cache symbols? What does that mean? Ugh. I hate slow things. Do. Did you guys hear that Skype is going away? Ooh, I had another weird thing happen today too, and I don't know what I'm going to do about it. So literally, let's say 15 years ago, I don't know the exact amount of time, GoDaddy had, and they still have, a domain back ordering service for trying to back order domain names that have been taken, that kind of thing. And there was a random day where I wanted to create a video blog, something where I could record myself and keep like a video journal type thing. And what we would now know as a vlog. It was not known as a vlog back then. And I back ordered v-blog.com. And it just so happens that I managed to get it today. 15 years later. Cool part about it, I didn't have to pay anything. I paid whatever price I paid for the domain name 15 years ago. And I secured it. Which is intriguing. But now I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because I don't really plan on starting up a video blog. And I don't plan on starting a video blogging service. So, I'm just... What would you do with v-blog.com? Make a social media website that only supports video. 10-second videos. Wasn't that like Vine or something? Or TikTok? Shorten people's attention spans even more than they're already been shortened. Why do I feel like my internet is jamming up. Yeah, something weird is going on with my internet. I'm still live though. And I'm still being quoted in the captions. Yeah, I don't know what's... Okay. Untrusted developer. You can allow using these apps in settings. Okay. Settings. I don't know where this screen would be. Maybe it's under developer. Enable UI automation. Sure. Hang detection. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Network link conditioner. Network override. Multi-path networking? What is this? Handover interactive. L4S. What's L4S? Now I gotta Google L4S. Anyone know what L4S is? L4S. Are there all like sorts of hidden features on the iPhone that you can only get if you're in developer mode? Low latency, low loss, scalable throughput. This document describes L4S, which enables internet applications to achieve low queuing latency, low congestion loss, and scalable throughput. What? So if I turn on this L4S thing and multipath networking and then I stream using my phone, will my phone magically work better? Eh. Curious. There's a throughput test. Fast app termination. Terminate instead of suspending apps when they are backgrounded. That sounds amazing! Okay, I'm turning that on. Where have all these settings been all my life? Let's see. Credential exchange. Enables credentials exchange API framework. No, that's not it. Display donations on lock screen. When turned on, the most recently donated shortcuts will be shown on the lock screen. What? Enable MIDI CI? What is that? Sorry, this is... All of a sudden, there's all sorts of cool things on my phone, and I don't know what they do. MIDI capability inquiry uses bidirectional communication to enable devices to exchange information about their capabilities. My phone? Oh, I suppose that's for like GarageBand or something. So it can negotiate with like a piano or whatnot. That sounds cool. Bluetooth logging, HID logging. Okay, it still didn't, this account will only be used for testing your in-app purchases in Sandbox. No, that's not what I need. Okay, we have trusted computer. How do I... Okay, I'm just going to go try to run the program again and see if it'll prompt me if I want to allow it. Untrusted. You can allow using these apps in settings. How? I should find a tutorial. Let's go to apps. Maybe it's under apps here. Where's my Hello World app? Oh, there it is. Hello World. Cellular data search Siri. Nope, that's not going to help me. Let's go back under developer. Let's Google. Test on iPhone. You can test most things in the simulator. Don't want to do that. Final build device by dragging. Yeah, okay, thank you. That doesn't help me at all. Let's add the word Xcode to this. Xcode. Sure, both the Mac device is connected. Yeah, we're good there. Broadcast devices to the target. I can send it over the network? Still missing a step. Gotta find the right tutorial for this. Test UI functionality, interact, tap, covers. I feel like this is a different tool. Trust, okay, so it's under general device management. Let's try that. General. I don't see a device management. Certificate trust settings, maybe? Nope. Oh, VPN and device management. Developer app. Justin, not trusted. Trust me. Allow. Now we're going to try it. Check it out. It's Hello World on the phone. And it works, and I can tap links to open other pages. And I can trigger pop-ups. Oh, yay. Okay. Well, it only took us 24 minutes to complete mission objective 1. So yay on that, right? Now it's Bluetooth hacking time. Okay. This is what I'm looking at. Debugging Bluetooth LE is tricky, and on mobile devices, it can be even more so. I'm going to skip over all of that interesting stuff. Okay, requirements. To be able to do this on iOS, we need the following. Mac laptop. Good. Apple technically I have an Apple. I don't have a paid Apple developer account. I have an Apple developer account. An iOS device running iOS 13 or later. Good. A cable. Yeah, I think we're good. Download and install Apple's Bluetooth profile on an iOS device. You can do this in one of two ways. Download the Bluetooth for iOS profile directly on your device, or you can download it to your Mac and airdrop it. Let's try downloading it directly. Where does this go? Okay. I feel like I already have this. Like from a previous start attempt at this that I didn't get very far on. Bluetooth for iOS. I'm gonna add the words profiles, and logs. Bluetooth profile. Sign into Apple Developer. iPhone profile downloaded. Review the profile and settings if I want to install it. Okay. I should just share my screen on my phone so you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm installing a Bluetooth profile, as exciting as that is. Install. The Bluetooth logging profile allows Apple to troubleshoot issues with your device and help Apple improve it. I don't care. I don't need Apple to troubleshoot. I want to troubleshoot. Okay. Profile is installed. Once installed, it should show up there. It shows up there. That looks good. Step 2. Now that we have the profile installed, we can move on to the next step, which is to download and run a tool from Apple called Packet Logger. You can download the Packet Logger tool from the additional tools for Xcode package here. Okay, let's make sure I don't have it already. Packet Logger. Does not look like it. So let's do, let's get this article up on the Mac. Secure BLE iOS. Yeah. Really? I have to do the whole passkey thing? Okay, we're getting there. Do. I wonder if they can log this stuff and I can look at it later. Because then I could do logging in Disney too, which would be kind of awesome. I'm just waiting for a sign-in screen right now. It's being remarkably slow. Which Wi-Fi are we on? Yeah. Wait, why are we on Wi-Fi at all? I'm gonna turn off the Wi-Fi. That's way faster now. Okay, so first let's make sure we know what version of Xcode we have. Xcode about Xcode. 16.2. Additional tools for Xcode. I'm gonna go with utilities. Nope. Hardware? Packet Logger. Sorry, this is I'm giddy. If this works. Now we have a profile. You can download Packet Logger tool. Now let's run the Packet Logger. You can drag and drop it into your applications. I'm running it now. Yay. Next step, connect your iOS device to your Mac. Done. And accept any, yeah, already done. Click File, New iOS Trace. File, New iOS Trace. Ooh. After starting the iOS trace, you should be seeing some Bluetooth traffic. Yeah, I'm seeing some Bluetooth traffic. In order to understand the different okay, I don't want to get to the key yet. I just want to try something here. So if we go to the Disney app, there's a whole lot of things that just happened there. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I'm going to go into Magic Bands and Cards. It sees my Magic Band. So then I'm going to say change color. I'm going to go orange. Yellow. No, red. Okay, so it's not listening to me at the moment. Let me take it off the dock here. I think it's on the charger, which is why I think it's not listening to me. Red. Okay, it took that one. Orange. Yellow. Oh, there is a whole lot of stuff going on there. I like it, though. I like it! Okay, so for now, let's just hit the stop button. Oh my gosh. I think this is exactly what we need. So, I mean, that data is a little insane. $13. Okay, so it's replying with 13. So the really cool part about this link key request. Okay, so it did establish a link. I think this is, although maybe not, because we did this a few times. That's me pushing buttons. That's me pushing buttons. That's me pushing buttons. ACL data. Yeah, so here's the one minor flaw in my little plan. The commands that were being sent weren't just lighted up commands. Those were set and lighted up commands. Okay, let's just. Oh, you guys weren't seeing any of the Bluetooth stuff. This is all the data that we got. Like, this is amazing. So right response 13 is the magic band coming back and saying, "Oh, you're good." And this is some version of the code to change the setting. That's a lot of data. But this F04EB1773, I think that's in my logs. The F codes that I was talking about. Okay, so one handy use case for the packet logger tool is to extract LTK for a secure connection between two BLE devices utilizing the LE secure connections pairing method. That's nice. Make sure the packet logger tool is running on the iOS. Yeah. You'll find the passkey displayed in the serial terminal for NRF. Click connect, and you'll be presented with a passkey entry form. That's not how it's established. Long-term key. So there's a long-term key in the HCI command for LE start encryption. So is there an LE start encryption in here? LE start encryption. There's the long-term key. And that is running to 65B8, which is where all of our fun stuff was going on. So, the interesting thing about this is that the long-term key... So, the long-term key is going to be unique between my Magic Band and my phone. But it won't change, I don't believe, unless I trip a change. Like I unpair it and repair it. What's interesting about that, like I'm trying to figure out what things use the Magic Band from my phone that we might be able to simulate. I mean, the change color thing we just did, but that was pretty involved. There is an app in Disney Play that uses the Magic Band as a homing device. I thought I stopped this. And I kind of wonder... I don't think I can trip that app without being in the park, though, is the problem, because you have to go to this location to activate it. Okay, so let's just... let's just have a little bit of fun here. So on my phone, if I look at BLE Hero, nope, not this one, wrong one. Bluefruit Connect. And I connect to my Magic Band. So it did 2 BB. So the 018, I should be taking notes. That's not a note. Let's just do it over here. .018 is the service it latched onto with optcode 04. And it sent that presumably opcode 04. So like it went here. Did I lose my connection? No. Wonder how hard it would be for me to clone the screen. Can I do that? Just want to see if I can make it so you guys can see what's on my phone easily. Phone mirroring. Sure. Turn the Wi-Fi back on. Sure. Touch ID or enter the Mac login. Okay, sure, go ahead. No, the whole point of iPhone mirroring is so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Never mind. Quit iPhone mirroring. That's not what I wanted. There's a way to do this, though. Do. I need like a Apple TV or something hooked up so I can just flip to it. Could stream it, I guess. Just like I do in the parks. Oh, whatever. Let's just go back here and try this one more time. So if we go into the Magic Band, we click Info, we click into this one. Maybe this isn't the right app. It's not doing what I remember it doing. Okay, we're gonna try. I'm gonna try this one more time. So I'm in. Where are you, Magic Band? Literally directly in front of me. I should have no problem seeing you. There it is. So service FE or FF. 20B. It's a notified descriptor. Doesn't support writing, but it's spit back. Okay, that's fine. So, seems like this gets the config of the Magic Band. ATT receive, find information, opcode 05, format 1. Or 1800. Then it write requests handle 18. Opcode 12, value 100. I mean, like, this is for simply changing the color on the device. This is a surprising amount of data. $12.15, $12.15, $12.15. I'm just trying to see if any of these codes look like light codes. What in the world is that? Hawkeye host? Alexa, ooh. Alexa discovery. Why would it be? There's a whole lot of stuff going on here. Send, ACL, send. We don't care about ACL. Hawkeye host. What would Hawkeye host be? Sounds like something to Google. Add the word Disney to this. That did not help. Like, I wonder if that's like their. No, I got nothing. Nothing comes up for that. Oh. Okay. Custom Disney Magic Band .system get device status. That looks like the command. Doesn't send any additional data. I'm a little worried about what all these other parameters are, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Set BLE tokens. Okay. That doesn't appear to be human readable. They send weird stuff. Like, I wouldn't imagine it being this silly. Get BLE token status. Okay. So that whole section looks like that was just a status check. So let's go down to where I was pushing the button over and over again. Okay, sends the letter B. That's nice. Channel 04. Write request. Another B. O2. Yeah, that doesn't look like palette color. Let's keep going. E-Pound Hawkeye host again. Get device status again. B. Tap to receive. Alexa Gadget State Listener. Disney Magic Band Gesture. Custom Disney Magic Band System. In Park. What is this? Custom Disney Magic Band animation, play custom animation, CB. That looks like a color code. CBF4. So what happens? Can I like replay this? Oh, this might be this. This might be the packet. Seems like such an excessive amount of data, though. So how do we... I find it interesting that it's on handle 42. Okay. This is where my BLE knowledge is going to start failing me here. So value 6200. Did an ATT send to handle 15? $6200. Oh, everybody's so quiet. I don't blame you for being quiet, but you're also quiet. Okay, let's do a little Googling. ATT send. Nope. ATT send BLE. First, the ATT protocol defines roles. The server acts as a database and stores the data that can be read or written by the client. Presumably, I would assume the Magic Band is the server in this case. Client, which is the device that requests the data from the server, a smartphone connected to a fitness tracker. Makes sense. Now, don't fall into the assumption that a device that supports GAP Central role will automatically assume the client ATT role, and the device that supports the GAP Peripheral role will automatically assume the server role. No, this isn't always the case. Server and client ATT roles are independent of the GAP roles and can be played by any device at any time, so both devices in connection can act as either server or client. That's nice. When the tracker wants to report data to the phone, then it acts as the server, and the phone as the client. Good point. In this case, the tracker provides data such as heart rate. Fair enough. So attribute data structure, attribute handle, attribute UUID, attribute value. I need like a quick and easy way to send BLE commands. Sending it from this thing is not going to be practical, I don't think. Where'd all the data go? Handle 15. How do I get the handle? Is it not? Oh. This is different. Yeah, just hacking the planet. The thing that I'm forgetting, that I can't allow myself to forget, is that the iPhone is actually paired with the Magic Band, which is not the same as communicating with it outside of a pairing agreement. So this communication is likely inside that pairing that's occurred. You know, that's not necessarily the worst thing, though, because I can still... It means I can only communicate with my Magic Band at the moment. And if we figure this out, we might be able to figure out the other side of it as well. I need something... I need one of Disney's statues to be, like, standing right next to me. Okay. Let's save this file. Save as Justin Magic Band Rip 1. Sure. Okay. We got that far. That's nice. Let's switch gears for a moment and get back to some more practical can we make it do something? Oh man, though. That data looks so pretty, though. That's like, my brain is now there, and that's not good. Like, it wants to keep troubleshooting and sending codes, but we're not there. What I want to look at now, and let me see if I can find my bookmarks for this. Don't want to be connecting yet. I did not do a very good job bookmarking things earlier today. I had a specific article I wanted to focus on. Let's try this. Xcode receive Bluetooth broadcast. There was a very specific post that I was reading because broadcast messages with the iPhone are a little bit funny, and funny might not be the right word, because the Bluetooth interacts with the phone before it can go to your app, right? So you can't actually build a BLE sniffer because of it, because of the way it's implemented, which is fine, but it can listen to beacons of a certain type. Namely, I can sniff all of the Disney beacons, which is all I really want anyway. That's not the post. I remember reading that one today. Where was the post? Really should have done a better job saving this. Ba-dum-bum, ba-bum. Okay, let me... scan for peripherals. That's not what we want, though. I really should have bookmarked it. I don't want to discover service you connecting. Transmit data and receive data from a text field. Well, we can just start. I'm not sure where to start. That's my real problem. I know we're going to need core Bluetooth. That's about it. And I'm tempted to open the Arduino code. None of those. We're not actually trying to connect. Okay. iPhone Bluetooth beacon listener. According to this link, it's not possible that an iPhone act as a beacon in the background, so the other way, yeah, that's... What was this link? Nearby Messages API for iOS. I may have just found it. Except this is a Google document. Why are they talking about iOS? Your app can subscribe to BLE beacon messages using the same mechanism that's used to subscribe to messages published by other nearby devices. Subscribe to beacons. Set the device's type to discover. Okay, let's play around with this. I feel like there's going to be more code needed here. UI kit. I don't feel like Google is the right reference, but I do think this is the right concept. Apple restricts the ability to scan for iBeacons on iOS so that you must know the beacon's proximity UUIDs up front. There is no way to simply scan for all iBeacons regardless of proximity UUID. While there are private API hacks that may allow this, they will not be allowed. If you can get a finite list of known proximity UUIDs for your client, this will still work out. That's... See, I don't think they're meant to be beacons. They are. They're advertisements. Here... I know that it can be done because the Disney app is doing it. List all advertisements. BLE Xcode. Let's try that. Oh, I think I found the article that I was looking for. Yes, iOS does allow you to access raw advertisement data, but if your intention is to put information in advertising packet and read them in the iOS app without connect with peripheral, this is possible. Okay. If the peripheral firmware you have to insert your manufacturer, remember the first two octets containing the company identifier. That's going to be the Disney magic number, which we already have. In the iOS Central Manager, so it is part of Central Manager. Okay, so sorry, my brain is going into melt mode. Okay. Okay, let's go back to here, and we're just going to see what we can figure out on our own. So we're going to import. I want to start clean. Let's do that. Let's start new. New. And just close project. Close project. File, new project. We are going to make an app. We are going to call this BLE Player. All of this, everything looks good. Next. We will put it in a new folder, which we will call BLE Player. Okay, so we are going to start in main like we did last time. And just so that we can say the program has something, we're going to put a little label right here, and we're just going to type in Justin's Disney BLE Reader. Okay, so we've got that loaded in. So now we're going to go and we're going to get into the code for all of this. And we figured this out earlier. It's that. Okay, so we're going to import Core Bluetooth. We're going to establish a variable called Central Manager. Thank you for the autocomplete help there. We're not going to establish a connection to a peripheral, so that's okay. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but we're going to do CB Central Manager Delegate. I have no idea what this queue is. Okay, so I'm starting with those 2 lines, 3 lines. I need to close everything that's not relevant on my other screen here. I know you guys can't see it, but it's driving me nuts. So we've established the manager. I need a Swift version of this, or I need to translate, which might be where I end up going. So we're going to do let's do this. Central manager dot scan for peripherals with services, and then this is where we need the device. That's not what we want. We're not trying to scan, so that's not the right thing. So what is the actual command here? Discover peripherals? Okay, I gotta Google one more time. Advertisement, data, Xcode, Swift, BLE. Problem is that sending a custom value key is not supported in upwards of, you can get the error message in the console. Advertisement and response data should all be 31. We use 4 bytes, totally 6. Well, Android version of the app can easily get all this. I failed to get them in Swift. I called advertisement, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what this function call is that they want me to call, so we're gonna change this out. Func Central Manager. Oh, I need to go find a book on Swift and spend my evening reading it. Okay, so in theory, that should print it. We don't want to do that. Okay, so import core Bluetooth. We've done that. Most of the work is done in core Bluetooth, Central Manager. You'll lean on Xcode. First thing you'll do is add conformance to the CB Central Manager delegate. Did I do that on accident? I did. Good job, me. That never happens. Except it doesn't want it. I don't think it wants me to attach it here, which that doesn't surprise me. Can I download this? Okay, what's this error? Let's start with that. Oh, cool. Xcode should have added Central Manager did update state. It did. We're going to switch central.state. Should error. And then check this out. Add missing cases. Fix. Okay. Resetting. Just gonna add a bunch of prints. Ah. Apple and its weird Control C, Control V. Okay, so we've got states located in there. If you build and run the project, nothing will be printed to the console because you haven't actually created the central manager yet. This is true. Var central manager, central manager. I did that on accident too, kind of. So I was getting, I was understanding something. I've got a tutorial in front of me now, so we're seeing what happens here. So next, add the following to the beginning of view did load to initialize the new variable. So, sure. I don't know that I want to do it the way they're doing it, but I'm going to follow the tutorial for a moment, and then we'll see where we get. Central manager, delegate, self. This is like what we did earlier. Q nil. So that's different than what we've got going on down below. We're going to comment this out. And let's go ahead and build this because that's what it tells us to do. Oh, is it building it to my actual phone? That's probably not a good idea. I'm just now having a memory. Oh no, that's the simulator. Okay. I just had a memory of my iPhone 3, and I had two Hello World apps that were stuck on my iPhone 3 for a while because of how I deployed them. Oh, I had forgotten about that. Installing, launching. Bum, bum, bum. Is it actually going to launch? No. We're still waiting. Launched. Where's my one line of text up here? Where is the console? Oh, there it goes. So it said unsupported, which was this one. And it probably said unsupported because running Bluetooth from the Mac, I don't think can be simulated. So let's try this one more time. But let's hook my phone back in. Maybe. Come on. Something has gone wrong with my USB connection here. I really despise the lightning connector. It'd be nice when they're all USB-C. Try unplugging it on the other end, see what happens. No. What is going on? I think I made my phone mad somehow. Let me see if I have another lightning cable laying around here. I do. I don't know if this... Oh, and this one's a USB-C one. So let's try that. Well, that worked right away. Okay, let's try this again. Cables are no fun. Push the BLE app to my phone. So what's everybody else doing this evening besides, you know, using me as a sleep aid? Cleaning up old files on your laptop, not a bad thing to do. We're waiting for the console to attach to the phone. The app has crashed because it attempted to access privacy-sensitive data without usage description. The app's info.p list must contain NS Blue use always description key. The string value explaining to the user how this app uses this data. Okay. Stop. That one. Now they didn't mention that in the tutorial. Maybe they did. Why did it have to clear that error message? Because that was a good error message. Let's just trigger it again. Oh, wait, I can Google it. Let's see. Information property list. We gotta go here, stop. Somewhere. I don't know where that would be. Probably here, info.playlist, or plist, I should say. NS Blue. I was kind of hoping it would just pull up when I did that. Is it in this list? No. How about under Bluetooth always usage description? Let's try that. Bluetooth services. I like look at the raw version of this. Ah, there we go. NS Bluetooth always. So what if we do... There we go. NS always Bluetooth usage description. Haha! Value. We use this to hack Disney for fun. Why is it asking for this yet again? And why can't I just... Like every time I compile, I have to type my password 3 times. Allow BLE player to find Bluetooth devices. You guys can't see this, but here, I'll... where's the camera? Here. It actually, it's not gonna focus. I like how it says, we use this hack to hack Disney for fun. I didn't know where it was gonna use it. More than 50 devices found. Woo! Yay. Okay, back to the screen. I take joy in the little things while I'm doing this. Okay, so, hey, and it says powered on down here, which is exactly what we wanted to have happen. So, yay. Okay. Now's where we need to possibly change how we're doing things, but that's okay. Let's just stick with the code for a moment and see where we end up. So we come down here, so we've got that. So now we're gonna do central manager dot scan, but I don't want to scan for peripherals. I want to scan for advertisements. I need to rewind a little bit. Select it and use nil for with services. Okay. Which we did. Build and run, take a look at the console. Note the API misuse message. API misuse, CB Central can only accept this command while in powered on state. Well, that certainly makes sense. You'll want to scan after central state has been set to powered on. So, we're going to move that from here, here. In Bluetooth speak, finding the peripheral is known as discovering, so the delegate method you want to use will have the word discover it. So, below the end, central manager did update state method. So after this, oh, didn't we already write this? We did. Sometimes, it's amazing how close I can be sometimes, and yet how far off. Okay, so what's the difference between mine and theirs? So we're both using CB Central Manager. We're both doing CB Peripheral for that parameter. We both have advertisement data. We both have an RSS number. The only difference is they're printing peripherals. I'm printing advertisement data. I'm going to go ahead and print the peripheral as well. And then I'm going to run this code. And this is where we now need a toy. One moment. If this works, I'm gonna freak. I really wish I didn't have to type my password every single time. Not that screen. That screen. Okay, so there's all sorts of fun stuff. Down here, I'm not overly thrilled with all the extra stuff. So we're just going to comment that out. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. And then we're going to hit play again. And it's probably going to ask me for the password again. Yep. Oh, you know what? There's an always allow button there that I could have been clicking this whole time. Gosh. Okay, we got to figure out how to turn this on. I need a screwdriver. Oh no, the battery's plugged in. Why is this battery plugged in? This battery should not be plugged in. That just makes this even more annoying. Somebody forgot to unplug the battery the last time we used it. Since I'm the only one that uses it, hopefully we didn't kill it. I need to find a charging cable now. Hold on. I love it when the things I need are exactly where they should be. I don't always remember exactly where they should be, but I do love it when they're exactly where they should be. Okay, power cable. Now, the moment I plug this in, it's going to do something. Oops, am I hitting buttons? I still, okay, we're good. That's it right there. This 42010001, that's the wand. If I do it again, 4201002. I just realized something. I can, if I get this working, I can take this and I think I can send the app to my parents. And they could test it for me before I even get to Florida. Which would be awesome. Interesting. I do wonder how... Oh, do we still have the Disney player? Let's open that. This could get even more hilarious. Because we built... we need VS Studio for that, right? Visual Studio... not code. We need VS. What do I actually want? I hate the Windows start menu. Give me back the Windows 98 start menu. That one worked for me. I don't think this is the right program. No, that's not the right program. Ah, wrong button. Exit. All apps, please. We probably made that in 2022. So if this works, we can go to the Disney Bluetooth player. That we wrote on stream a while ago. We can hit start. And then, so we've got that up on the screen. There's a code already loaded for us because I was smart like that. And then we can go back to here. And we're just going to watch the debug log at the bottom. Send code. And it ended with B0. It got the whole code. It got the whole code. Okay. Sorry. This is good. This is really good. So let's go ahead and stop this. We can stop that too for the moment. Okay, we're gonna flip back. We're just gonna look at the tutorial here together for a minute. So, build and run. We saw the advertisements we needed. So, can I scan? Would it be better if you could only scan for heart rate monitors, since that's the only kind of peripheral we want? I mean, that sounds like a good idea, except for I don't want to scan based on the service. Although heart rate peripheral. So I'm juggling between things, Rich and Cheesy, and we're getting close to being done with where I'm gonna end up tonight, I think. But I'm on a few different missions here, and they all basically, by going down this road of going back into iPhone development, I've realized that I've just completely opened the floodgates in terms of things that I haven't been able to do or that have been difficult to do. So, I'll just run through the list real quick. So, previously, I'm gonna give a whole quick history here just for context purposes. So, the very first time that I tried to get this data, that I tried to figure out how to hack Disney, I brought a laptop, well, technically it was the Steam Deck, with a Bluetooth sniffer. And went down there and recorded all the Bluetooth traffic while sitting in Epcot. I think I was even streaming at the time. And we recorded about 5 to 10 minutes of data. And when we brought that back home, after some trial and error, we found 2 codes to make the Magic Band do stuff. From those 2 codes, I was able to guess and check my way to more codes. And I learned what I was looking for in terms of those codes, like in terms of being able to hear them. And with that knowledge, we made that hat right there, which has an SD card in it. And whenever that hat is in the park with me now, I also have a little portable, tiny one. It will listen for all of those codes as they're happening in the park, and it will record them to the SD card in a text file. And then I can take that file home and I can analyze it again. There were 2 problems with that. The first one was the SD card was a little bit slow for how much traffic is flying around. And 2, I narrowed the scope to only be the broadcast packets that were controlling the dress, because that's what I was working on at the time. I filtered out a whole bunch of other Disney Bluetooth traffic that had the Disney identifier but didn't have the color code identifiers. And the reason I did that is because the peripherals that I was making, I couldn't control while I was in the park. I couldn't filter things. What I'm doing, one of the things I'm doing, and this is what I'm looking at right this second, this is what I've been playing around with, is I believe I can turn my iPhone into that SD card recorder. And I can build a better recorder than those recorders are already, where I would have the ability to turn on and off what I am and am not listening to in terms of Bluetooth noise. So one thing I'm trying to build is a better logger. The other thing that I would like the better logger to do is show what I think I'm hearing. So I don't have to wear a dress or a hat or something like that. I can simply pull out my phone and it will show me what pattern it thinks it's getting. And so then I can cross-reference what's happening and maybe even take notes as it's happening, so that when I get home, I can be like, oh, that's a color code that was wrong, fix it. Or, that kind of thing. So I don't have to spend as much time guessing and checking numbers. I can do that with the phone because I have input, I have a keyboard, I can make a full-fledged app, I can have it email me the data in real time. There's a million things I could do to make a better debug tool for what I've been doing with the dresses. So that is one of my mission objectives, and that one's probably the most realistic one between now and when I leave for Florida in exactly 7 days. So that's one mission. It also opens the door to having other people do it for me, because I could send the app to them, I could send it to my parents and that kind of thing, which would be awesome as well. So yeah, there's that. Okay, second mission, besides getting more data for the dress, is I would very much like to be able to control and interface with the Magic Band at a 1-to-1 level. So everything that I have right now is at a broadcast level and is meant for controlling all the Magic Bands that are around me at once. Or when I'm listening to a traffic that is designed to control all the Magic Bands at once. However, Disney has a way of communicating directly with a single Magic Band, and that is done, I believe, in much the same way. And that was, I think I closed that program already from earlier tonight. But I don't know when you got here initially. Did I close it or did I just minimize it? I'm trying to find it and then I'll put it up on the screen. I'll have it here in just a second. I did close it. Blame me. So that was, and this is something I don't know why I didn't try doing months ago. This program, allowed me to see all of the Bluetooth traffic between my phone and the Magic Band. And I have one app on my phone that does communicate with the Magic Band directly. There might be another one. I need to do a little bit more research. But the fact that I have this now means that I can see some encrypted data that I couldn't see before. And we definitely found... I'm going to rewind this all the way back up to the top where there was a lot of green. All this stuff. I don't know if I should have, made a cool note somehow. I don't think this program had cool notes, but one of these said, I should have just left it open when I found it earlier, because I now need to find, and this is the other reason I'm working on the app side of it, because I need a way to transmit this stuff, and I'm not going to be able to do that manually. I'm going to need to program it. But one of these, yeah, right here. So the data, and I don't know why it contains all this extra stuff, but this, whatever this is saying Disney, custom Disney Magic Band animation, play custom animation, and then it's got some data here, and some of this looks like the color codes that I'm used to seeing. Like this, it's all hex, right? So I could just be imagining it, but there's some patterns here in how they... I'll just say it this way. This looks familiar to the color codes that I was using before. And so my guess is that this might be the magic command that I need to be able to send a color code directly to the Magic Band. The problem that I've run into with this, and I'm going to have to think about it a little bit more and do a little bit more research, is I think this particular way of sending data, this ATT send, I think might be for paired devices, which is fine, but I also know that Disney has a way to do this without the devices being fully paired. At least not paired at the full Bluetooth level, if that makes sense. And so my hope is I might not be able to figure that out with what I have available to me right now, but if I get this custom app dialed in enough, I might be able to build myself a sniffer that I don't mind walking around the park with. And the problem with the thing I'm trying to sniff is that it is so out in the open that with the apps running on my laptop and where I would need to be, it would look really, really suspicious. And I'm not saying that Disney would do anything about it. I don't think they would. I don't know. But it's one of those things where if I was standing there with a screen that looks like this, right, and it's moving data fast because it's going to be pulling in all sorts of raw Bluetooth traffic, and I'm standing directly in front of Cinderella's castle next to a statue, not even at a table, not sitting down, just standing, because that's where this location is, it's gonna be, it would be bad. Well, maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't be bad. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I don't want Disney's security to be asking me questions. I want it to be as invisible to them as humanly possible, which is why having an iPhone that I'm just standing and staring at doesn't look near as suspicious, especially when everyone around you is doing the exact same thing. Which is why I'm up 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., 2:21 a.m. So you're driving some cars, right? Unloading some cars, Dark Reaper. Also, good morning to you. Yeah, so we've made multiple forms of progress tonight. I'm very happy with where we ended up. One of my other projects, my sticker project, did not turn out the way I wanted it to turn out yet, which is a little disappointing. I got the stickers, but they did not produce them the way I wanted them produced. So I'm going to email their support. I'm not going to get new ones in time, but I'll find a way to make use of the ones I've got if everything goes according to plan. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. I can probably... I was trying to think about like the light transmission of acrylic. And I was kind of thinking that I might be able to paint over a sticker. So I got like 10 of these translucent stickers, and I'm thinking I can paint over part of one to hide the light and then put the light, but it's going to be a question of whether or not it transmits well between two layers and all that fun stuff. So that's a whole nother project. Hopefully we'll be looking at that one tomorrow if things go really well. But yeah, this is the most excitement I've had doing dev stuff in quite some time, and I realize it's making for some more boring streams, but I don't know, maybe you guys are learning something. Maybe this is getting you interested in iPhone app development. Maybe you're now suddenly interested in Bluetooth for some strange reason. I don't know. Or maybe you're just sleeping well now because I bored you to death. All of those are quite literally possible outcomes. And I'm okay with all of that, if it means I'm getting 2 hours a night to work on this random project of mine again. So that definitely does make that type of development. But you could be doing the same thing with a Droid. In fact, I'm guessing Droid development is even easier on a PC than it is on a Mac. I could be wrong. I've never tried to do Droid development. But yeah, this is a new challenge. That's stupid. There is some ways of doing Apple development on PC, but yeah, it's a pretty closed ecosystem. That is the Apple way. And in all honesty, I might be having a much easier time if this was a Droid. To be honest. Like, the Bluetooth libraries and all that are significantly more open from what I've seen on Droid. But I'm not gonna play Apple versus Droid stuff right now. They're both... now I'm yawning. They're both functional. So much data. I kind of want to do one more scan. It's centered around that LE start encryption. They wouldn't use the same... Yeah, it's not going to be... I'm just trying to see real quick what kind of connection it's actually making. See if I can understand this. I do wonder what all these pretty sure these were coming from the Magic Band too. They don't have the... Maybe not, because they don't have the... FCE9. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read a little bit about how to read this, is kind of what it's coming down to. Some tuned AI, probably. A lot of it is like open to, for lack of a better way of saying it, interpretation. But yeah, if I had a little bit more AI experience training an AI with all the data that I've got, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I think we're gonna call it there. That's not the right button. We made some seriously good progress tonight. I'm very happy with all of it. We haven't had that much success with the Bluetooth projects in quite some time. I'm gonna leave this cable down here so that I have it tomorrow when I need it again, because we will resume this tomorrow, as boring as it may be, and we'll see where we end up with it. We're gonna go ahead and raid Ninja Weasel Plays. I don't know what they're doing at the moment. I'm gonna assume playing a PlayStation game. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night for some more Bluetooth something or another, or at least it'll be some form of Disney stuff, because actually the other thing that might be happening tomorrow, no, I think it's Wednesday. I've got things coming in the mail all this week that have been like long overdue. So my PCB shows up sometime this week for my Disney Magic Band reader. What else shows up this week? The stickers. I've got some, I can't think what it's called now. I've got some EL panels coming tomorrow for another project, so we'll see how that all goes. It may go, it may not go. I guess we'll find out. So with that, stay healthy, stay safe, and until next trip, see ya.